The full version is on Maps EP with Black Jacobins, but I'm going to do the lyric for you. It's called The Imagined Village. I'm going to dedicate this one to Shankland. Yes, indeed. I think Shankland's worthy of a bigger noise than that, actually. It makes a noise for Shankland. Yeah, very talented guy. This is called The Imagined Village. It's about the place that I grew up in, and it sounds like this. When I was born 1,000 times, I passed away my lives in a futile hunt for a source of dimes. And in war times I stood trial for sorts of crimes that desperate men will commit as they distort their shorter lines. A sunset once thought beautiful was later found disgusting, as trains rattled through the station of the place that I grew up in. Those vistas promised something, but delivered nothing. And the lemmings on the cliff's edge were restless, and they already started jumping. Around this time of year, most of the land was burning amber. I hoped she'd try to tell me something, although I couldn't understand her. So to fight the creeping of the cancer, my dreams grew somewhat dimmer and left me with her picture and Caliban's reflection in the mirror. I watched the sky change from smoky grey to inky blue to black, then sat with you on Hangman's Hill with a whiskey flask and watched it turn back. Jim Causley assured me that this summer would be different, but the mariners were ancient and forgot to bag the shipment. So listen, the night was cold, haily, windy, so on and so forth. You were upstairs by your window, I was outside in the snowstorm. Sure, it taught me some things and I ain't trying to deny it, but that place just deafens me, because it's so fucking quiet. I mulled over the metaphors to sum it up the best. Example, the works of Constable and Edward Hopper doing battle to the death. And while it draws the rattle of its breath, I saw Imogene and Abelard urging me towards the station and passing money for a travel card. Because it wasn't a case of that real romance, or of anything hotter. More like shrugging our shoulders and accepting the best thing on offer. I fought all my battles from my own private castle, and the backward suburban cattle were just another enemy to tackle. So here's the facts. Fields plus trees plus an abject lack equals please let me leave this place and never come back. Because I'm not saying that what you said didn't change me, because it did change me, but it's over. Forget me and chill. We're still strangers. Actually, sweetheart, that's partially why I'm writing now, which I'll do until Jude Fawley is my drinking pal, or at least until my ink runs out. You gave me lots to think about, and hearing that summer rain hit your ground is a soft and very simple sound. Perhaps it's one that I can do without, because I'm inexpressibly tired of that "hiya, how you living?" and what's been your condition since we met in the same position. This place is like a time warp, caught behind the sky, where babies never learn to walk or talk and the elderly never die. I'd been away for mad years and was numb with suffering and pain. But when I stepped off of that train, it's plain that nothing ever changed. And nothing I'd arranged or bluffing stuff with wider claim was more disgust than why I came tame and stuck inside the game. But fuck your posturing in games. You're lost without a name, and the cost that I display just ends up tossed inside the flames. And I'm like, seriously, sisters, are your horizons just that limited that you can't see past the villages and the made-up postcard images? The thing is, did I expect much more from you? Or were you like a river bend I simply had to pour my water through? Because I spent some sorry hours shifting baggage that I bought from you, to become the sort of author you wouldn't introduce your daughter to. And the view over the Vale of Belvoir on a summer afternoon is not something I'm rushing to forget. And then again, neither is that fiddle tune I heard you play that autumn day when you thought no one was listening. It's just that there's a world out there, and most people here have never been. Now, I don't claim to be worldly wise as I aspire to an early rise, but I react with sighs at their abject refusal to simply use their eyes. Cosseting yourself away now, that's essentially horrendous. Like the irreconcilability of picket lines with picket fences. The last bus left in half an hour, and she said, ain't you going to stay around? I said I only came back to remind myself that the last bus left in half an hour, and she said, ain't you going to stay around? I said, I only came back to remind myself of the way out. Thanks very much.